Good morning, honorable judges and everyone present here. I am Salsa and I stand here as the first speaker of opposition team of today's motion. This house, as parents of a prodigy in a non-lucrative field child, will prioritize developing the child's talent in that field over steering them toward a more lucrative field. Before we move into the argument, let me first rebutting some of our previous proponent arguments. First, proponent said that parents with their instinct will automatically want the best and give the best for their child and like a good job. It is crucial to know that people have to know what's the best for future. I mean, parents have to know that their child have to find a good job who make a lot of money. We all know that money is the most crucial thing in the world, and we never want to see our child suffering in the future because their job cannot give the money they need. It is true that proponents say the job of non lucrative field is low. Proponents say that job in non-lucrative field is low, that it will still be need always, for example, like restoring art from 7,000 years ago. But I really disagree with proponent's statement that a prodigy who's the best in their field will easy to find job because they are the best among people in that field. Why I really disagree. According to the data and realities we face every day, we showed that what matters the most for finding the job is how wide your networking is, because no matter how precious you are, if you have nothing to do with networking, no one you have nothing to do with networking, you will have the job. No one, when you know no one, it will be so hard to you to get the job. More likely, like non-lucrative field who is already just have a very little job vacancy. For all those reasons, I will now show you the fact why we oppose this motion. First, everyone needs money. It is a fact that everyone needs money. Why? Because first, everything is not going to be so just to get money. Two, people will do anything to have money. You can clearly see now that in Indonesia, in everywhere, people will try to make anything or do anything to get money so they can afford their life. Like they win on the everything, like hobbies, then personal life and private moments now can be sold towards social media, through social media, to get fame that would lead to make money. It is shown that things that used to be a personal life now treated as economic asset. Furthermore, people also take an extreme word with high risk, like finding crab in an Atlantic Ocean worth 1 million rupiah or more per piece, or working unhealthy hours just to get money. Those all show that money is essential as a human need. But when people have no money, they will suffer to do anything. They won't have a place to sleep, place to eat, to make family, to enjoy their life, even just to eat. They will suffering all their life, and I am sure that no one wants to live that way. No one wants to see their child life that way. That is why it is crucial for us to see the reality first before we make a decision. For example, decision to find what job that will or will not make money, and the risk behind if you chose a job that won't make you happy and doesn't make any money, because life cannot be paid with just happiness. 2. Long-term stability. Prioritizing child development in lucrative field, which is easier to find job, ensures long-term stability, which is essential for their future independence. A. Financial stability is the foundation of secure life. No matter how passionate or how good your child is, if their field cannot provide sustainable income, they will meet struggle even for just providing their basic needs in future, and no parent will love to see their child struggling like that. 2. Stability allows freedom. When someone is financially stable, they will have more choice to do anything, including to support their own passion in non-lucrative fields without pressure, because they are already got a lot of stable money. Now let's imagine what will happen if they prioritize a non-lucrative field their passion first without seeing the reality of the world. Yes, cut they will cut nothing. They actually can live their own life because they can have money for provide their basic needs. So instead of protecting your child's mental and future, prioritize them and their passion in non-lucrative field instead of steering them over lucrative fields will actually lead to first they will have to find job in future because the probability of job vacancy on the non-lucrative field is low, and the fact that restoring an ancient thing that being said by proponent is still unknown when it will be done, because we can predict when it will be found by an archaeologist, and the fact that finding the job is about networking, not who is the best always. Two, it will lead to mental illness. Why many people become stressed and depressed? Because they can afford their life and they don't have the money to help them recover from those illness. 3. It will lead to poverty because they don't have job to get money on their job is not worth of money, that will make them poor and lead to other structural trouble causing by poorness, like the lack of educational for their future child. With that, it is clear that my arguments are better. We seek in reality not just education, not just a delusion made by a proponent team. We raise the fact that of how work actually works, how money are needed by everyone almost for everything. So instead of prioritizing your child into a non-lucrative field by their passion, instead of prioritizing your child on non-lucrative system, we should first steering them toward lucrative while still making their passion on the side, and prioritize schooling them of a lucrative field that will ensure them financial stability so they can still completely in the short interest. And 3, teach children to high income career path to see to so they don't grow up being that person alone, doesn't grow up thinking that the passion alone is enough to survive the real world. With all of the reason, I proud to propose. Thank you.